I know it's only been a week since you joined the program, but could you share some of your results since that week you've been working with us?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's been a blessing. I had the opportunity to have a coaching call, and you guys provide honest feedback, and yeah, had the opportunity that weekend to have two sales in one day, which was a blessing. I didn't expect it at all. The first one was about 7,000 in revenue, and the next one was about 4,000.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome, welcome, welcome. Today, we have a very special guest appearance today. We have somebody very special. We actually just met him last week, and we're going to go ahead and just kind of document his experience with us, kind of join the program a weekend. And speaking of the man of the hour, what is going on, Nama? How you feeling right now?
Hey, good morning, guys. Feeling good. How about yourself? Appreciate you having me.
I'm good. I'm good. Tell me about some of like your experience with high ticket dropshipping. How'd you get started?
So I've been in the e-commerce space for about 2 years. I wouldn't say religiously, probably on and off. I failed a few low ticket stores. I was just looking for something that kind of aligned more to what I thought would be a good way to grow a business,
Mm,
and came across high ticket through YouTube. And so I got started in high ticket probably like a year ago, but I didn't really take it seriously until maybe like 6, 7 months ago.
I
Um,
see.
So I don't really have too much of a special story, but I love the business model, and I really wanted to try my best to make it inside of it. So
But like, what was kind of like your experience when like not even before high ticket? Like, what did you do when you first started the business? Like, where were you at? Like, were you at a 9 to 5? Were you in college? Like, what was that experience of just actual entrepreneurship like?
yeah, so working a 9 to 5, still have a 9 to 5, which I do appreciate, but I just knew that there's a level of freedom that I want to attain financially that would be very challenging to accomplish in a 9 to 5 job, and so I love the opportunity that e-commerce can bring, and that's why kind of led me down this path.
For sure, absolutely. Okay, so now that you are transitioning, what made you do high ticket? Like, you just were selling items from AliExpress, and then you couldn't like get profitable. Like, why did you transition to high ticket?
Yeah, I definitely respect all the people that grind out e-commerce in the lower ticket space. It just wasn't for me personally. I don't mind making the content. I just didn't really see too much success with it, and it I like high ticket because you're partnered with quality brands that already have demand. Um, I don't mind having conversations with other people, so I don't mind the interactions between
Mhm,
customers.
mhm.
And I thought that I thought it's something that you can scale very well and sell as an asset in the future. So yeah, I have nothing negative to say about low ticket. I just think for me personally, I'm more aligned with the high ticket business model.
Well said. Very
Yeah,
well said.
yeah, making low ticket work is a real challenge because like you have you have to make something, so you have to create demand from zero essentially. You just pick a product from AliExpress and nobody knows about it, and it's very hard, especially for people brand new to business, trying to create that demand for your product. So a lot of times they just spend too much money and just end up not being profitable. Then they go through a lot of products, and at the end of the day, yes, they might have gotten some skills, but then they they might have hit a winning product if they're lucky, but most of the times they don't. But if they do, they hit it, and then boom, 6 months later, the store is dead, dead in the water, and then they have to repeat the cycle.
Yeah, I feel like you do build good skill sets in both of them. Like I was able to transfer what I learned through the low ticket space in the high ticket. Um, but yeah, definitely a challenging business model. And this one is too. I think both are rewarding, and depending on your personality type and kind of what you align to, you may find one better than the other. But I do really appreciate how scalable a high ticket store is when you're just operating by yourself.
Mhm.
Because 10,000 in revenue on a $10 product is a lot more.
A lot
What's
of
the word?
orders.
Yeah, it's a lot of fulfillment. Uh, engagement, I guess that you could say, whereas the high ticket space, that could be 3 orders. So it seems like it's much more scalable, at least to start off.
Right on, perfect. So you started off high ticket drop shipping, you said about a year ago?
About a year ago. Yep.
Okay. And what were kind of like your struggles or bottlenecks that you were facing in high ticket drop shipping before joining our Peak Flow program?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think something I'm still learning. I've been here for about a week and it's been great so far. I just appreciate the value and the transparency and everything that you both have shared and the group. I think the biggest things I'm working on is turning profitable. So, like, I've had the
Mm,
opportunity to get a few conversions here, but just looking to learn how to scale that, how to optimize my ads, just overall how to create a better business model that I can scale up over time. So I think it's been great to have some of the resources and just the level of conversations with you. So
100%. And then I know it's only been a week since you joined the program, but could you share some of your results since that week you've been working with us?
yeah, absolutely. No, it's been a blessing. I had the opportunity to have a coaching call and you guys provide, honest feedback and transparent advice. And so I took that advice and I followed it. So I made some changes to my Google campaigns, some changes to the website. Thank you very much for that. And yeah, had the opportunity that weekend to have 2 sales in one day, which was a blessing. I didn't expect it at all. I almost
You got
thought
2 sales
it,
in
it
one
wasn't
day.
real. Yeah, so I'm still kind of living off that high here. So I'm seeing how I can, duplicate that.
Like how much you made in those 2 sales? How much was the first sale?
The first one was about 7,000 in revenue, and the next one was about 4,000. I did learn the hard way though, what margins look like after shipping, so that seems to
Yeah,
be a good lesson for me. Um,
yeah.
but overall, it just feels nice to kind of, you know, get some momentum.
And you're kind of like building a business, you're seeing all the intricacies, right? Like you're like now you're understanding like, oh wow, like there's cost of goods sold, there's shipping, then there's the profit, and now you're understanding the numbers more, you're understanding what to look for in suppliers more, because there's a lot of like suppliers out there, but it's also important to find the suppliers with good fulfillment, good margins and all that stuff. So super pumped to hear your success story just 1 week into the program, bro. And that being said, just want to kind of know the trajectory or where your head was at in terms of how you want to build and scale your high ticket dropshipping store. Like, where are you trying to go with it?
So I'm really trying to build it into something special. So my trajectory is I want to turn it to a long-term brand and a very big business.
Mhm.
So the goal is definitely to scale it over time and try to do the best I can with it.
Yeah, so I was just curious, where where do you want to, you know, where do you want to see your business in like 6 months? And hopefully by then we'll have another success story once you hit like 50 to 100K. So
Yeah.
what's your trajectory that we want to help you aim to hit in the next 3 to 6 months?
Yeah, I appreciate both your questions. I know it's a little bit of a lofty goal. I'm
Mhm.
still trying to make it real in my head, but my goal for 2024 is to get 1 million in revenue.
Yep.
Uh, And so within a
Wow.
6-month time frame, I hope at that point I'm averaging about 100K a month because I know I need about 83,000 a month to get 1
Yeah.
mil revenue. And so it's about $2,800 a day. So I'm definitely short of that here in the year, but I'm definitely in a better place than I was a few weeks ago. So I feel grateful for that. And I just want to build a system in place and try my best. Hopefully I'm not jinxing myself, but to reach that
You're
milestone.
not. Yeah. Facts.
Excellent. Yeah, the 1 million in a year is an excellent milestone because, like, if you make some mistakes your first year, which with your first year in business, that's to be expected. We're here to kind of help you prevent a lot of those mistakes. But even if you make mistakes and you only take home 10 to 15%, that's still 100 to 150,000 in that year, which is pretty decent for your first year in business. And then you can take that store and if you wanted to sell it, that's worth 3 to 400,000, which is also
100%.
something not a lot of people think about. Is their store is sellable at the 1 year mark?
It's an asset.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Okay.
appreciate that. Thank you. It's definitely the goal. So
Okay, yeah, perfect. So that's about it, Trevor. We're gonna end the recording.